get one under your belt like that?
I guess it's what we talk about all off season, all January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all training camp is putting yourself in a position to play these kind of games on the road that you have to give yourself a chance to win in the end, and we were able to do that today. I think one of the things we talked about today before we left the hotel was +2. Was finishing. This team has been known not to finish at JMU. First win in 2 years on the road, so we're really excited about that.
Why were you able to finish today? Did it seem just anything? Can you think of anything why you were able to do it today?
I think a lot of hard work in the off season. I think a lot of hard work and guys able to. I mean, you saw that last drive. That last drive was an offensive football team that is getting better. Not there yet, but getting better. Just learning how to finish.
So watching those drives, a 99-yarder and a 98-yarder, where do you feel like the offense is and how the tempo of those quick drives down the field? So how do you feel about that?
Well, that's why we do what we do. That's why we go fast. That's why we run a lot of plays. So we can have those drives at the end where we can run inside zone 3 straight plays and get a touchdown. So that's kind of the makeup of this offense and what we want to be. So we're not close to being there yet. We're not even close. So we got a lot of work to do, but both sides of the ball, but we're headed in the right direction.
What kind of halftime adjustments did you guys make to come out and outscore with 21-7? Did you do anything at halftime?
Just do what we do better. Just do what we do better.
What are you aiming to improve on the most going forward this week before the St. Francis game?
Well, I want to run the ball better. I think we rushed for, I don't have my glasses on. What was our rushing total? 398. I want to rush for a lot more. I like the number of attempts, but I like to rush. I like to have a little bit more explosive rushing yards. We want to do that. We got to throw the ball better. We had some open guys today and didn't hit them bad. We got to continue to work on our passing game, the timing in our passing game. We got to get better on defense, fitting the run. We're not. I take the blame for that. We're not very good at that right now. I'm going to find out how to fix that this week.
I know you guys focus a lot on special teams, and for Jimmy to block a field goal, and Dean said that happened in practice the other day.
You sure did.
Is it kind of vindication for all that stuff you put into special teams and happens
we
like
spent an awful lot of time on special teams, so you like to see the stuff that you do pay off, and it did. So we just continue to get better at the little things. I think this validates some of the stuff that we do to our kids. Our kids understand that we work hard for a reason. We're just not doing this stuff just pulling out a bag or something to do it. We do it for a reason, and now it gives them some validation of what we do is the right thing and will help us win games.
What were you thinking when they were driving down? It seemed like they were going to kick that field goal and maybe score a touchdown. How were you feeling at that point?
I was just thinking the next play we need to stop. Use it one play at a time. And when I felt like that we were going to get in a field goal situation, I knew we had 2 timeouts, so I wanted to use one and then get in a situation where we could call a block and get a block.
Was that a block you called? That's not your standard field goal defense?
It's our normal block.
Okay. Block
left, block right, middle block. Okay. That's what we have.
Gotcha.
Did Khalid get a little banged up? Notice he stopped coming in for the halves, and in other words,
I have to check with the trainers. We've got some good backs. John Miller had the hot hand, so why take John Miller out of the game?
So he's more cautious.
I don't know if it's cautious to get a ball with a hot hand.
How would you grade this win? You gave them an F last time, so now you guys got the win. What letter grade do you have?
I'd say a C+.
What's it take for them to get the A+, you think?
I told our guys this week, there's only one perfect, and I go to church and stuff and all that. There's really only one perfect, but we're all trying to shoot for perfect, and when you shoot for perfect, you get a little bit of excellence along the way. I don't know what an A+ is. I've never been on a team that's had an A+. Okay, but we're shooting for that every week. We're shooting for that every week. That's why we call it practice. That's why we go to practice, so we can shoot for A+ every week. Not saying that we're ever going to get it, but we're going to shoot for it.
To go back to Bad a little bit, what did you see as the difference from last week to this week? Did he do anything better? Was he just sharper on some passes or what?
Again, I think his preparation may have been a little bit different. What that is, I don't know, but I felt like he had a little bit more confidence going into this game because he had a game under his belt.
Okay.
So to me, it was a blessing for us to have played last week and to come out and say these are the things that we have to get better this week, and we did in a lot of areas, not all, but a lot of areas.
You say he was more confident. Where did you see that confidence come out? Did he throw the ball, more conviction, run it better?
Just confidence with the offense in general and with his teammates. That's what I felt. I felt he was more confident and he knew his teammates better because his first ball, actually game 2, he'd ever been with those guys.
Yeah.
What did you think of Lehigh there, especially their quarterback?
I think talented, very, very talented football team. We knew that coming in here. I mean, Coach Cohen's done an unbelievable job with this program. Whether they lose guys or not, he's able to replace guys and fit their system. And he does an unbelievable job. They're a tough team. They're a physical team. They play hard. They have talent. So again, this was not anything that we came in here and said, "Wow, these guys are all of a sudden good." We knew that coming in here.
Why were you not able to slow them down running the ball in the first half? Was it
They
what they were doing, or just?
Yeah, well, a little bit of both. They do a nice job with their counter. They create another gap that you can't account for a lot of times. So you have to scheme up some things. We did a little bit better in the second half, but not perfect. But again, when you have those kind of plays, we got the same type of play last week against Maryland, and then we knew this team would run it. So until you put that fire out, you're going to see it every week.
Was that running quarterback another problem for you guys again this week? To a guy that can do those kind of things.
The option of being able to run the counter and the quarterback sweep, gives you a pretty good problem for defense.
Rashard Davis, obviously a huge game.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that last week. I mean, how did he make those plays today? Was he just in those spots? He
got open, and we were able to give him the ball on, I think, a jet. And again, that play doesn't happen if the guys on the perimeter don't block. So I would be having those guys in your interview room because those guys, we got some really good perimeter blocking today that we didn't have the opportunity to get last week. So we improved on that.
I didn't have a good view from the press box. Who picked up somebody did a huge block on that?
Sure, there was about 2 or 3 really
on that carry.
I'll see it tonight on my way home.
Okay. Gotcha.
Does it feel like you have a monkey off your back at all? Now you got his first one and moving forward, going back home.
Monkey off my back.
Was there one on there?
I don't think there was. I didn't think I had a monkey. No, I don't think about monkeys. I think about winning one and then trying to go win 2.
Last game you spoke about limiting the self-inflicting wounds. You think you did a better job this game around?
We still had 9 for 70, so that's still way too many. So no, we didn't do a better job.
The call at the end of the first half, not to kick the field goal and go for it. What went into that decision
Again, I like 6 instead of 3.
Did it have anything to do with the missed field goal earlier?
I like 6 better instead of 3. I do.
Okay.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.